welcome back to Home in Peace. This is Leah here, and today we get to show you pizza. So to get started with the pizza, I want to show you the different ingredients. Alright, so the dough consists of mainly the flour, salt, sugar, oil, and of course yeast and water. So I like to add garlic salt on top, and I use Pam to keep the dough from sticking while it rises. So the next step is going to be your sauce. I found that half a can of tomato sauce covers a pizza pretty well. We just put some Italian seasoning in it before we bake it, and then put the rest of it in a mason jar for the next week. It won't last a whole month, I don't think, in the mason jar. And then for your toppings, we have the pepperonis. We love to get pepperonis from Sam's because it is just a lot cheaper to get them there than it is at the store. But if you don't have a Sam's or a Costco, pepperonis freeze really well, and if you get those little packets, they go a long ways. Like I said, we could probably live off pizza for about 6 months. So then we add Parmesan and mozzarella, and I would recommend to measure it out. That will go very fast. So here we go. Let's get started on this dough. All right, so since I am making 4 pizza rolls or pizza doughs, I'm not going to be able to use my KitchenAid because it's not big enough. I could get a large bowl. I love this bowl. This bowl goes way back too with my mom. And so we're going to take a large bowl. You're going to add 4 cups of warm water. And make sure it's really warm because typically your bowls are pretty cold. So we're going to set that down. And then start by, we've done this before, sprinkling. I do about 2.5 tablespoons of yeast for this 4 loaf. I may need to do a bit more, and check it out. The ridiculous thing is this is the first time I've made, well, I'm not going to tell you my secrets, just what I know. So, and then we're going to let that warm water kind of do its thing. I just kind of guess on my sugars and yeast for my pizza dough. Literally, I've always had fine pizza dough. If you want a really good pizza dough recipe, or you want to know how to make a certain type of pizza dough, go search it online. I'm just showing you how I would quadruple a staple in our home. So go search out a perfect recipe, just giving you the idea that you can actually make 4 pizza doughs for meals, and how easy it is to freeze it all. So anyways, so we're gonna sprinkle this over top. It looks like I'm putting in about 4 tablespoons of sugar, so like a tablespoon per thing. And then I have 4 tablespoons of coconut oil. Checking to see if it's gonna bubble for me. Because if it doesn't bubble, then it's not gonna rise. And there wouldn't be a good reason to waste oil in there. Always let your yeast set for 5 minutes in warm water to make sure it's not bad. So look at that. There it goes, it's bubbling, so you know it's gonna rise, which is awesome and good. Tablespoons of oil or a cup. And then some salt. Usually do about a tablespoon of salt in a 4 dough thing. Once you learn that things don't have to be measured, it's actually you're looking for texture on things. It makes baking baking bread of breeze. So this is that cake batter consistency, just to get everything incorporated. I'm gonna keep adding a little bit more until it gets too hard. There. I'm really sorry I'm not giving you measurements. You're gonna be like, what the heck? This isn't a good pizza recipe. It is. It's such a good pizza recipe. Go search pizza recipes, pizza dough recipes online. Do it and follow along with me and just quadruple it. That's all you gotta do. All I'm showing you. Yes. So if you look in the background, my dining room, there, right there, I just gotta tell you, I did my first big homeschooling step. I put letters up on the wall. That is a big deal. So just the first day having that up, it has been such a huge deal. So that was a whole container. I don't know how many cups this holds, but so it's just awesome. Just gonna put that up on the wall, and as a he's 5 right now, and when we got his kindergarten screening done, they said he was behind, which was kind of unfortunate because I think the kid's brilliant, but every parent does. They realized that he needed, I have done different things, like I redo them all the time, we have flashcards, we're doing hooked on phonics, all this different stuff. So anyways, oh goodness, I forgot to take off my ring. We've been doing this thing where I'm like, okay, today is S day, so we're gonna go find all of our S's. And so we go around the house and find S's in books and on signs and everywhere. And it's been fun. The kids like it. They get a chocolate if they find a lot of them, and they find them in books and all this stuff. So it's a reward-based system too. And it was kind of working, but then I went down and I sat with him today with the flashcards. I'm like, okay, we've done these letters before. What is this letter? He's like, he doesn't know. It was heartbreaking for me because I'm like, can I not teach the ABCs? Am I not even capable of doing that? And I want to homeschool. It just seems really difficult. And so I went into my room and I felt pretty desperate, and I got down on my knees and I prayed, and I was like, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. I need your help. What do I need to do? And it came to my mind that I had the idea a long time ago. I need to put up ABCs around our dining room on like a poster board or something so they could see it. So when we sing it, they know what letters we're singing, what they look like. And yeah, so I did that. Finally, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Fine, I'll do it. And I did it, and I cannot tell you, it was almost like a miracle. I sit down, he's like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and he's pointing each sign, and he gets them, and then a letter that he didn't know this morning, he's just sitting there looking at it, saying, an O looks like an egg. And I was like, that's right. Yeah, that's an O. And it was just so helpful. So if you don't know what to do, pray. The Lord is our help. Where does my help? I look up to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. So, all right. This is going to be a long video, and I won't be able to show it all. So I'm going to pause you and show you a little bit of the kneading. All right, guys. So I thought I time-lapsed that kneading on my pizza dough, but I didn't, and I'm out of breath. What's my Fitbit say? Ooh, 121 heart rate. Thanks. So here's my pretty pizza dough. It's not sticky to the touch. I've kneaded it for about 5 minutes. You just got to keep adding flour and keep kneading it. And then once you get to this kind of consistency, you know, that's gonna make a fine pizza dough right there. So we're gonna let this rise and then break it into 4 doughs and then freeze 3 of them and make one tonight. We are going to now check on that dough. Here is our wonderful bread dough. So what you do, take your fists and you just punch it down. Oh boy, and that could have rose a ton more. But it's what's gonna work for dinner tonight. Next, you're going to take the dough and cut it into 4 sections for your 4 dough balls. And separate those and then roll them into nice little balls and put them on a pan to freeze. What you can do after they're fully frozen is take them out and wrap them in saran wrap. Now take your cornmeal and sprinkle it on your pan. You'll probably need to take your dough and use your hands and stretch it out a bit to make it easier to roll out. Put holes in your crust so you don't get any bubbles. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Sprinkle the dough with some garlic salt. Add your tomato sauce. You'll only need about half a can, so save the rest in a mason jar or container. Then sprinkle with your Italian seasoning. I usually use about 2 pinches of it per pizza. And then I spread that out with my spoon. Beautiful pizza. That is looking perfect. Yum. All right, what do you think of it? I got my grapefruit here.
It's really good.
Okay.
Is that good, Joy?
Tastes like pizza. You were pretty excited about your pizza too, weren't you, Joy?
Doodle pizza. It's just a doodle pizza. I